What's going on here?
Well, if you follow us on socials, you know that the new Canopy's arrived and the Canopy build has started. Problem being, we've got a 9-week trip booked in about 7 weeks' time, and I advertised this thing, and guess what? It sold from underneath me. So now the push is on to build the Canopy, get this one off. It gets picked up tomorrow, so I'm just stripping all my electrical side out of it because that's what I'd advertised it as. And a few bits and pieces off the top, like the max tracks and whatnot. But now I've got to strip everything. So it's all part of the Canopy build, eh? It's not fun.
No.
Look what I found. Come around here.
What'd you find?
Look what I found. If you didn't know, we've got a website. And you can buy all our stuff on the website. And if you do, it really helps us out. Here's a key ring. Here's another key ring.
Oh.
Here's another one. Gotta go exploring.com. Get on there, get your merch. Help us travel. Oh yeah, how many people, while you're zooming around, chuck in the comments below, how many people run a King's compressor? There's good and bad reviews about these things, but I tell you what, this thing has done some serious inflation of tyres, and this thing has never skipped a beat, has it?
No.
Out with that old shit, let me tell ya. Lithium going in the new Canopy. None of this AGM crap. Just like the Caravan. Big off-grid setup.
Joys of wiring.
Well, it's always been a bit of a bird's nest in here because it was kind of temporary, but I guess now I can't run bird's nest because last time on the big trip while we were away, my DC-DC charger decided to pack up, and it was an on-the-road repair putting the Enerdrive one in the way it was, so it was never meant to be that way to begin with. But running repairs on the road aren't always going to be neat to work.
No.
Tip for young players: when disconnecting a DC-DC charger, because they run power from your cranking battery or your main battery, tape up your leads, because just because it's disconnected off your DC-DC, these are still live. Sparky spark spark. No do, no good. No way. I'm full of tips. Tips with Ishty. If you're disconnecting your solar panel, it is also live. Unless you're doing it in the middle of the bloody night, your solar panel is still pumping power in. Tape up that, or sparky sparky, bang bang, no good good. I still remember the day I cut the holes for them.
Starting to look fair.
That's what she said. Well, you like my shirt?
It's pretty cool.
You never walk alone. So, those of you who don't know, I don't think it says it on the front. Sorry, here. Trademark. Get on board. They're not there. It goes to mental health. If you think it's too weak to speak, you're being shit. Speak up. Go get a shirt and support it, because all the money goes back to the proper cause. You know, that goes to the right places. Trademark.com. Get onto it. reason they're so hilarious out there is because it sparks a conversation. I wore this to work. Everyone's used to it now, but when I first took it in there, everyone goes, geez, look at that shirt. What's that about? Sparks a conversation. Hence, this is a conversation starter. Trademark.com. Go there and get yours.
Boy up there.
Ahoy, me hearties. Getting some light on this subject. Look at the moisture in there. Look at that. I have to pull it apart and reseal it. I like pulling things apart. It's like doing things twice.
Oh, she's looking bare.
Nearly as bare as a baby's bum. No, it's very bare. I sold this training canopy setup as a complete bolt-on unit to someone, so I'm pretty sure the guy that's brought it has just brought a Wild Track the same colour, and he wanted the canopy. And mate, I hope you follow us after this because our stickers are still on the side, and if your wife's watching, I'm going to put you straight in the shit, but you said she was a terrible driver, so the trade come in handy. But I sold it with the drawer and the fridge box in there. Everything else was to come out of it, so I don't really want to be going to buy everything again, and I sold it at a price that was already probably too cheap, but I needed to move it. So happy days, it's empty, it's ready to unbolt. We'll shoot down to the brother-in-law and the sisters tomorrow and get this thing off the back of the car. The only thing I've got to do tomorrow is I'll take this panel off and take the reverse camera out. So this here comes off, and the camera, because I need that for the new canopy. So it's bittersweet.
Happy days.
It's bitter because I have to unbolt it all and do all the work. It's sweet that the new canopy is going on. It is what it is. Off to new adventures, but you know, it's going to a new home where it'll be used again. And we're just setting up for travel, so good to go. You know what the best part about unbolting stuff underneath a four-wheel drive is?
Well,
when you use it as a four-wheel drive and there's sand everywhere. Or dirt. Feels good in your eyes.
bet it does.
Nothing like the feeling of sand in the eyes first thing in the morning.
Oi. Tell me you have a tuned diesel without telling me you have a tuned diesel.
Huh?
Soot gets the... You know what I'm talking about, man.
Alright. Yep, got it in there. This is like do the other side.
You're strong, eh?
Quite a shower, bro. I had wheat bix. Canopy build time. Mouse finger out, get things done. Righto, sorry guys, there's no normal speed of that. Kayla put both GoPros on time lapse, which wasn't ideal. But we've got the tail light section cut up. It's ready to tack together now. So I tell you what, I haven't done this for a while, so it actually took me a little bit. The 45s and the 22.5s, it had me stumped for a sec. I had to really think about it, but we got it done. Like I said, I'll show you this around quickly now. We've cut a bit of aluminium up. We've got it sitting there in shape. This will be the tail light section. So that's that. We've got the canopy in the works here. I'll give you a quick look at the toolboxes and the wheel arches. That's all sitting up in place at the moment, so that's also ready to tack up. Once we get this done, chucked up underneath, cut the sheet, plate it, we'll get all the infill pieces done for the fuel flap and between the toolbox and the tail light panel. Pretty straightforward. It's not hard. If you've got some sort of knowledge, you could knock your own up as well. And, yeah, this is a quick look at the wheel arches and toolboxes.
Did you just help Daddy?
Yes.
Yeah?
Thanks, man. Do a good job. I'd hire you one day, because I reckon you got a bit more poke than some guys at work.
Going.
Alright. Hey, I'm not grinding the welds down because I'm a shit welder. I'm definitely not the world's best welder, but I've done a lot of it. I'm grinding them down because I want that smooth, flush look. So if you go down there, Kayla, you can see they will become a full flat surface. Reason being for that, I want the tidy look, but I've got to sheet the back of it for the tail lights. So if the weld's there, it's going to stick out, protrude, or never sit flush. There you go. Tail light panel installed. Just measuring up the chassis rails for the canopy and the chassis mounts. So if you see the chassis mount here, the chassis rail essentially for the canopy, I bought them from a reputable Canopy company. I've had to modify it. They stuffed up some of the measurements and put things on the wrong side of the mold, so I've cut and tucked, redone it myself. Problem now I've got is I want to bring my canopy as low as possible to try and follow my roof line, and it's all at least 15-20 mil too high, so I've got to cut down all the angle now, deburr it all again, and then tack all this into position. I've worked out that my canopy should sit roughly in line with the very peak of the roof, and then the roof or the boat rack should sit above that, so I should be in line with my roof rack. It's all measurements, a slow process, but keep the brain ticking.
Coming together slowly.
Yep. One chassis frame ready to weld up. I've squared it up, tack it up into position now. We'll get it up under the canopy and we'll weld it out fully. Let's get welding. Painted.
Not bad?
Not bad at all. We're going alright. We're starting to look like a bloody canopy. We've got the wheel arches, the toolboxes and everything mounted now, so I'm just making up the infill pieces for behind the boxes. It's easier just to make a cardboard template than it is to try and work angles and stuff like that out there, so that's what I've done. And these pieces here, they'll fit in here, and then we'll look at what looks right and what doesn't look right. So get them welded in there, that'll fill that there up, grind it all flush, and then that should look the goods.
What's happening?
I'm just fixing the solar brackets to the roof, because if I don't fix them now, I'm going to be siliconing to paint or wrap the coat is what I'm doing it in, and I'd rather stick them to a bare metal surface and then Raptor over the top of everything, because then I know that the Raptor won't flake off. Not that it will, but it's secured directly to the canopy. I just think it's a much safer option. So get that done now, then coat over the top.
What you doing?
I'm just stirring the paint. So those of you who don't know, when you spray aluminium, you actually have to use an edge primer. If you don't use an edge primer, it'll peel. So I'm using Raptor, which is a 2-pack product, but you spray it with a 1-pack product etch, which defies odds of what you should actually do. But that's what you're meant to do with aluminium. So if you don't etch it, it'll peel. If you haven't mixed paint before, or you have and you've done it dodgily, these mixing cups are only a couple of bucks and they give you all your ratios. So if you're spraying 2-pack, your hardener and stuff as well, worth the $2. 2-to-1 ratio, so it's all marked on it. It tells you exactly how much they thin it. Take me to the gas chamber.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, speaking fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been through it, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take sh**. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health this confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a...
Wrap decoded. It's done. It's black. It's black. You like black? It's very nice. Who's coated with Wrap the Coat? Drop it in the comments below. If you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. This stuff sucks. It does not cover like paint. This Canopy is true 4 litres. That should not. I could paint a whole car with 4 litres of paint. But it's black. It's very nice. It's all cold. It's all coated. It took a little bit of work, but the covers come out pretty bloody good. I'm pretty happy with it now. I had to coat it a few times, I'll tell you. I wasn't real impressed. It definitely doesn't cover 3 square meters like they say it does per bottle. So Wrap the Coat, get your shit together, because it's false. And yes, I'm not a spray painter, but I painted a lot of bloody cars in my time. I should know, 4 litres of paint to a whole car. This one's black. Doors on tomorrow. Start getting this thing put back together. It's going to be on the bloody car end of this week. It's black. Here's my toolbox doors.
There's a bug on it.
He's black. The bug's black. The bug's dead. Now look, we're good to go. Canopy build 101. It's definitely come a long bloody way. Wrap the Coat, it should stay pretty bloody tough for a long time. Superior, trailers, not suspension. Get a load of this thing when it's done. This is the next level from what you produce now. It's black. Now look, originally I was going to colour code the doors, and you've probably seen a story or two saying that. I think it was MW Canopies. Was it MW Canopies that produced that one?
It was one of them.
Someone posted one online the same colour as my Ranger, and it did not look right. It looked shit. So I'm glad I didn't. And if I did, I was going to Wrap the Coat that colour, so it would have been matte, which probably would have made a bit of difference. But look, we're going to go another way with the decal on here. We're going to break the black, so it's not just going to be black. Maybe not for this trip, but when we get back, it will be done. This thing should look next level on the back of the Ranger. Because it's black. King's 85 litre upright fridge, slide out pantry, drawer, coffee machine, travel buddy oven, all the usual goodies that go along with the Canopy build. 320 watts of solar on the roof. I don't know how big a lithium I'm going to go yet, but it will get lithium inside. It's going to be an off-grid setup, like my caravan. Oi, caravan's for sale. Jump on board, 100 grand. It's yours. It's not black. It's full off-grid though. Jump on the marketplace or any of our socials and have a look there. Caravan is up for sale. It's a big opportunity arisen for us. And unfortunately it's got to go, but new adventures await, and that will all come out in the wash very soon. It's not black. This one's black. Caravan's for sale. Jump on. Someone buy it. That thing's a bloody animal. Full off-road, full off-grid. 720 amps of lithium. Get on it. It's not black.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, do that. Costs you nothing. Click the button. More travel content coming. Probably in soon.
How's it going?
It's going.
It's going.
I'm just drilling all the holes for all the wiring before I sheath it. So all my wiring is tucked up in through the framework and run to specific locations in the canopy for what we've got getting installed. So I won't have wiring hanging everywhere to be done properly. Bit of stuffing around, but get it done right now. Might have to worry about it later. 240 volt power run to the back, to the front, coffee machine powered, all that sort of stuff. Inverter and stuff up on the wall, so good to go.
It's gonna look good.
It's done. No, it's just about done. It's not complete. But how good's that look?
It's really good.
So, I know people bag Kings pretty badly, but I'm going to be one of the few people that stand up and say there is nothing to bag about this. Kings designed this one for their camp trailer, and apparently upon going to shows they got heaps of interest and they did a limited run. From what I've been told, there's no packaging or anything in each store, only had a couple. Have a load, or have a go at this thing. This is the new King's Pantry. It's a little bit different to your average pantry because it's lower, but it's designed for the oven. I already had a Road Chef oven, but they threw this in for 40 bucks, so I'm just gonna run with the King's one. How good's that? And then a little bit of storage here, storage in the back, another little table, little bottle opener, little bottle opener, little bottle opener. You get that in there. How good's the King's gear? Have a go at that. Guys, that thing's solid. Like, that's not moving anywhere. That's tough. It just works for our setup. The measurements are right. Like, our canopy is a little bit shorter than most on the market. And I didn't want big voids and shit with the crap pantries that stand high. It just wasn't going to work. The MW drawer, the coffee machine's going to live on top of this one. This one's going to be full of milks and stuff like that, but good deep drawer. Again, another solid table. This one's my bar. Oh, and if I get thirsty, I'll just grab a drink out of the fridge.
Looks so good. Done such a good job.
So on the other side, I've got a set of Outback drawers. They're in there, but I haven't secured them or put the top on them yet. I've got to get some coach bolts, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'll put a false floor in, and I'm not bolting directly through the canopy itself because I don't want the crap from outside. So I'll put a decent floor in. I'm going to coach bolt it. It'll be tough as it's never going to move, but I've got to go pick some of them up tomorrow. So I'll give you a rundown on them once I've got them mounted.